Welcome to WILDRED ATLAS. Welcome to WILDRED ATLAS. 5 endangered British species were revealed in our last episode. But 5 more are in danger acot, and some may be closer to extinction than we think. Hidden among Britain's ancient heaths, a rare survivor waits for the morning sun. For this small reptile, the right patch of sunlight can mean everything. Then, something small catches its eye. After the hunt, it returns to watchful silence. Every detail of its body is built for life close to the ground. But out here, staying still can suddenly become dangerous. Seconds later, it seems to disappear. Once the danger passes, the search for its next meal begins. At ground level, this heath becomes an entire world of opportunity. One precise strike is all it needs. Even a creature built for the sun needs somewhere safe to disappear. But the landscape it depends on is slowly changing. Open ground becomes harder to find, and with it, a place to survive. For a reptile that depends on open, sunlit ground, every lost patch matters. As the landscape around it changes, its safe world becomes smaller. Fortunately, people are helping restore the habitat it needs. Here, the warm sand becomes more than a place to bask. Females bury their eggs in open sand, where the sun helps keep them warm. Hidden beneath the sand, a new generation begins its journey. From this tiny beginning, another survivor emerges. Even after hatching, survival remains uncertain as its habitat continues to shrink. Protecting these open habitats gives the sand lizard a chance to survive. Meet the European eel, a mysterious species whose life connects British rivers with the open ocean. For much of its life, the European eel hides beneath the surface, moving silently through freshwater habitats. But when the time comes, this quiet traveler begins an extraordinary journey, leaving familiar freshwater behind. Its journey can take it from inland waterways toward the coast, beginning a remarkable migration connected to the Atlantic Ocean. Even today, much of the eel's ocean journey remains mysterious, making this remarkable species one of nature's great travelers. A single European eel can spend more than 20 years living quietly in the same river before leaving for its final migration. Unlike many fish, European eels become most active after dark, relying more on smell than eyesight to find prey. Its remarkable sense of smell helps it detect food and navigate through murky waters where vision becomes almost useless. After heavy rain, some European eels can briefly travel across damp land to reach new waterways. Before heading back to the ocean, the eel undergoes an incredible transformation, developing larger eyes for life in deeper water. Once this final migration begins, the European eel will never return to freshwater again. Today, dams and river barriers interrupt migration routes that European eels have followed for millions of years. Many eels also carry invasive parasites that weaken their long-distance journey across the Atlantic. Across the United Kingdom, conservation projects are helping young eels return to rivers where they once thrived. Protecting the European eel means preserving one of the greatest migrations in the natural world. Which endangered species should be next? Hidden beneath the clear rivers of Britain lives one of the country's longest-living endangered animals, the freshwater pearl mussel. Although they rarely move, these remarkable creatures quietly support the health of entire river ecosystems. A single freshwater pearl mussel can filter dozens of liters of water every day, naturally improving water quality. By filtering tiny particles from the water, these mussels help create healthier habitats for countless other species. But their survival depends on another remarkable traveler, the Atlantic salmon. The mussel's tiny larvae must attach to a young Atlantic salmon to survive their first months of life. Once fully developed, the young mussels leave the salmon and bury themselves beneath the riverbed for several years. Most of their lives are spent hidden beneath the riverbed, where they remain almost completely unnoticed. Some freshwater pearl mussels can live for more than 100 years, making them among Britain's longest-living animals. Even a small amount of pollution or sediment can prevent young mussels from surviving. Without clean gravel and flowing oxygen-rich water, young freshwater pearl mussels cannot survive. Scientists across the United Kingdom are working to restore rivers and protect the last remaining freshwater pearl mussels. Protecting Atlantic salmon also helps secure the future of the freshwater pearl mussel. Healthy rivers allow freshwater pearl mussels to continue quietly cleaning the water for countless other species. Protecting the freshwater pearl mussel means protecting the future of Britain's rivers. Which endangered species should we explore next? Deep within Scotland's ancient forests lives one of Britain's rarest and most elusive predators, the Scottish wildcat. Its thick, striped coat provides perfect camouflage among rocks, trees, and the rugged Scottish landscape. Unlike domestic cats, the Scottish wildcat depends entirely on hunting to survive in the wild. Most of its hunting takes place after dark, when the forest becomes almost completely silent. Today, the greatest threat to this wild hunter isn't starvation. It's something far more unexpected. Today, the Scottish wildcat faces its greatest threat, not from predators, but from interbreeding with domestic cats. As wildcats breed with domestic cats, their unique genetic identity slowly disappears. A single wildcat may roam across several square kilometers in search of food and a safe territory. With sharp senses and incredible patience, every successful hunt is vital for its survival. Today, fewer than 100 pure Scottish wildcats are believed to remain in the wild, making them one of Britain's most endangered mammals. Hidden camera traps help scientists monitor one of Britain's most elusive wild predators. Carefully managed breeding programs are giving the Scottish wildcat a second chance for survival. Each successful release brings new hope for restoring wild populations across Scotland. As a natural predator, the Scottish wildcat helps keep the forest ecosystem in balance. Protecting the Scottish wildcat means protecting one of Britain's last true wildcats. Which endangered species should we explore next? Hidden among Britain's sandy heathlands lives one of its rarest and most extraordinary spiders, the ladybird spider. Its bright red body, covered with black spots, resembles a tiny ladybird, giving this remarkable spider its name. Most of its life is spent hidden underground, inside a carefully constructed silk-lined burrow. Sensitive silk threads act like an alarm system, allowing the spider to detect passing insects within seconds. When fully grown, males leave the safety of their burrows and begin a dangerous search for a mate. For a male ladybird spider, finding a mate is often the most dangerous journey of its entire life. Unlike the wandering males, females spend almost their entire lives inside the same underground burrow. The mother protects her young during their earliest days, giving them a rare advantage in the spider world. As Britain's heathlands disappear, so does the fragile habitat this remarkable spider depends on. Thanks to habitat restoration, ladybird spiders are slowly returning to places where they had almost vanished. Conservationists carefully monitor these tiny spiders to understand how their fragile populations are recovering. As a natural predator, the ladybird spider helps keep insect populations in balance. Restoring Britain's heathlands gives this remarkable spider a chance to thrive once again. Even the smallest creatures can play an important role in protecting the balance of nature. Protecting the ladybird spider means protecting one of Britain's rarest hidden treasures. Together, we can help keep the wild alive. Together, we've explored 10 of the United Kingdom's most endangered animals, each with its own remarkable story of survival. This ranking reflects the personal opinion of WILDRED ATLAS and should not be considered an official scientific ranking. If you would rank them differently, let us know in the comments. Subscribe to WILDRED ATLAS for more endangered wildlife from around the world.